Woohoo! We are officially live. You got Rosemary. Oh, you're on this side of my screen. Rosemary. Oh. And myself, Shauna, here. We are coming in live today to talk about
you're on this side of my screen.
Rosemary.
Oh,
I can hear myself, Shauna, here. We are talking about September 1st today, and I know a lot of you guys are feeling this like move into fall, this feeling of fall on the horizon. Today is a number one, right? We get to start fresh. We have a new month ahead of us, a new season coming for so many of us. So I'm curious if you guys have started your day with pumpkin spice latte, if you guys have gone through Starbucks or whatnot to start your day. Hi, Erica. To start your day with maybe that little pumpkin or nutmeg or whatnot. It was a 55-degree morning here in Minnesota, and it's just
cold here in Pennsylvania. It's cold here in Pennsylvania too.
Yeah, so we're definitely feeling the buzz, and the beautiful thing of being able to work with you, Rosemary, as well as Sarah, is that we can communicate all day long via cell phone. And it's kind of like we are the adult version of walkie-talkies. We literally can message back and forth all morning. And Rosemary and I have really thought that, Friday is the green light for so many of you ladies. Friday is when we say, fuck the fear. So if you guys saw the hashtag at the top of this, hi, Amy, hi, Heather. Our hashtag is Fuck Fear Friday. And yes, we're spiritual. Yes, we swear. And we're going to give it to you straight because we work with women that are ready to release the fear and step into their true purpose. And so really the whole thought process around today, as we were, adult walkie-talkieing back and forth this morning, of what do we want to say today for Fuck Fear Friday? What do we want this session to feel like for you guys? And what does September 1st mean? So both of us started our day with meditation this morning, and we had this feeling of like, okay, today is one. Today is where you can start fresh. One of the most beautiful things that happen in fall is that we start to come inside. We start to come back in where we can, soak in the lessons, the nudges, which we're going to be talking about today. The things that might be pulling us or shifting us into different directions. And so today is to really first to talk about the nudges. And Rosemary and I were just talking about the beautiful quote or saying, I should say, that Oprah uses is that life will slowly start to throw pebbles at you, those little nudges, right, that are getting you to pay attention to this or pay attention to that. Yep. And then if you don't pay attention to those little pebbles, those little taps on the shoulder, you start to get the rock thrown at you, right? And if you don't pay attention to the rock, you get the boulder. Maybe the boulder comes crashing through the window and you're forced to pay attention. And I love to use this example when it comes to our personal health, that if we ignore something for a long period of time and we've been getting the nudges, we've been getting those feelings, and if we keep ignoring it, it becomes this big full-blown issue. So we can think of this in so many ways with our businesses, our connections, those types of things. So I'm going to turn it over to you, Rosemary, of when in your life, and you and I were just talking about soul mission, and I would love to hear your thoughts on this, is soul mission. When we start getting those nudges, those taps, what does it mean for our soul mission? And what could you tell the ladies about what is a soul mission too? I'm sure you hear us say a lot, like we believe that everybody has a purpose in their life. Every soul is specifically picks the person's body, so to speak, or the time frame of when they're coming in because they have a purpose. There's a mission for them. But along with your purpose, like I said, there is a mission that goes along with that so that you can accomplish your purpose. Mm-hmm. And I believe that, when we're born, there's a reason why we're born, right? There's something that we have, a specific gift that only we can give to the world. And the only way that we are able to do that is to step into our power, step into our purpose, and follow that soul mission. And if you're not doing that, you're going to know. There's so many people that are miserable in their lives, or they're just like, why do all of these negative things keep on happening to me over and over and over and over again? And they feel like they're learning the same lessons over and over and over and over again. Relationships, right?
Yes. And seriously, that was me. I mean, that happened with me with relationships as I kept on meeting the same type of guys, and I kept on, getting in these crazy, negative relationships where I was like, why do I keep on attracting these people? It's because I wasn't listening. I was not listening to the nudges to go outside my comfort zone, stop dating the same type of person. Sometimes, like we always say, the changes happen outside your comfort zone, always. The fear, when you step out of your fear or feel the fear, but you do it anyway, that's when the change occurs. And that's how I was able to meet my husband. He was not in my box at all. Like, he was not a normal person I would normally date. And our relationship is totally different than the ones that I had previously. But then, if you look like at, career and, for me, I've always been the helper. I've always been a healer. I was in medicine before I became a stay-at-home mom. But when I stopped going down that path, I was totally lost. That's when I started losing, okay, what am I supposed to be doing? I know I don't want to go back into medicine, so to speak, because it was very difficult for me to be around so much sickness all the time. It was very draining for me. And because I'm an empath, which I know now, which I didn't know that before, but
powerful one.
So I was like, oh, no wonder, this doesn't work for me. But I slowly got those nudges, right? And I got it slapped in my face last year when I was dealing with debilitating anxiety and all these things. And now I realize that happened. I had to have that big of a wake up call for me to be like, okay, now it's time. It's time. I really need to figure out what it is that I'm supposed to be doing. And I feel like a lot of people, they wait until it's the brick being thrown at your face, boom, health concerns.
When it's that really big wake up call. Yeah, for sure.
And I mean, it's I think what we really want people to do in our messages is to listen when the pebble comes across your door or your window, rather than waiting and letting that fear of the unknown, waiting of the fear of okay, I'll do this, but then what does that mean? But just doing it so that you allow yourself to receive what you're supposed to receive so you can move forward.
Right. So let's just say, for those that are tuned in right now, what is the pebble? Oh my gosh, there's a monarch outside my window.
Yeah. Oh my God. You guys have no idea.
We'll tell you all about it. But literally, anytime that the three of us are doing something work-wise, there's monarchs that show up. It's pretty freaking rad.
It's awesome.
I just had to interrupt this part of the programming. Yeah. So where was I at? So ladies that are listening right now, you guys know we love working alongside of you. We love being your spiritual running mates. What are the pebbles, the rocks, the boulders that are coming in right now? And if you're thinking I'm not quite sure what this is, think mind, body, soul. The three things that are, Amy says butterfly magic. Yes.
Yes.
The three things that we must have working together, right? We got to have all three working together to feel at our optimum, to feel at our prime, to really feel that to hit the green button, right? To hit the green, go, we were saying this morning, there is no shotgun start to anything. There isn't going to be someone sitting there saying, ba-boom, it's time to go. That feeling comes from you. And so when we think of the nudges, we think of the pebbles being thrown, the hey, look this way, hey, this might feel good if you step over here. What are those things that are coming up for you guys? And we would love to elaborate and go a little bit deeper with you guys one-on-one on this call. So feel free to comment below. Your comment will pop up here to our live cast. So if you're an open book, we are open teachers.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So, a big one for me, and I think a lot of women go through this, especially high school, college, right, is we get stuck in, not stuck, but going through the relationships, like you were just saying, that are very much the same, that are, you're going after the bad boy because of the excitement around it, or you're doing the same thing in repetition, expecting different results. And we know that that's the definition of insanity.
So true.
So true, right? So if you're doing the same thing in your life, expecting different results, it's simply never going to happen. But, getting outside of that fear, leaning into the fear is definitely going to change. So Heather says, stepping out in confidence. So one of the biggest lessons, and I cannot remember for the life of me where I heard this, but it was some women empowerment book back in the day. But it was walk into every room, walk into every doorway, and just exude light. Walk in and just be the light. Whether you are feeling like your light, you don't have it today, or you're just kind of feeling a little, funky, whatever, but walk into every situation, every doorway, even if it's in your own house, and just exude light. And what I mean by this is like looking around the room and saying, I'm grateful for this and I'm grateful for that. By doing that and seeing your surrounding in a different way and the people that might be there, it builds confidence. It builds that level of security of like, I'm good. I'm held in this moment, and I'm a happy person because more happiness brings more happiness.
Smile.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna let you take Tiffany's here.
Yeah, and I will elaborate just a little bit. Is I get nudges from my brother. Hang on, mother, it pops up. Oh yeah, yellow color. That was his favorite color. So powerful. When we're talking about like the stepping into confidence, is I was so like, the changing of my hair color, like all these different things. Like for me, it was like really stepping into who I am, but showing that on the outside rather than just holding it on the inside. But now it's like, I walk into a room and people, I get this all the time. It's like, they're just naturally drawn to me because I walk in confidence. I smile at them. I'm trying to I'm leading with my heart always in a lot of my conversations. So I think it's just, you don't have to be super purposeful about I think, being grateful for everything that comes up in your life, like you said, and being grateful for that opportunity, but also just being open and allowing that happiness, your love to just shine through, and you'll naturally, people will be naturally drawn to you.
Absolutely. It's so true.
So yeah. And it's crazy to me. I just, I'm just okay, I'm just here, it's just me, you know what I mean? For myself, but for other people, I have one of my really good friends, Jenna, she's actually blind. So she can't see me physically, but she can feel my energy.
Ooh,
and she's cool. Naturally drawn to that because she can feel the light, right? She was just, so that's what I'm saying is it's an energetic thing. It's, the more you're raising your vibration, the more people are able to, they can feel your confidence literally on a vibrational level from soul to soul.
Right. And have you ever and this is a question for all you ladies watching, and Amy, we'll get to your question here too, but have you ever walked into an elevator or you've been in the elevator and you're in this tight space and the person that walks in changes the energy like this?
Yes.
So that's the type of thing to think about, you guys, is that when
just give me the chills.
Yeah, right. I mean, this used to happen to me. Yeah, in corporate America, I used to, take my, what was it, 6th floor or something? I don't even remember. It's been too long. But anyways, hopping in, taking the elevator up, and if you're just conscious of it and you just think about, okay, just, be open, and you can feel and pick up on other people's energy. And the more that you can do that and more tune into it, the more you yourself, us women walking through different doorways in our lives, we can be the ones to bring in the energy, bring in that positive energy, regardless of if you're bringing around baggage that day or whatnot. But you can walk in, you can change the mood. And by changing the mood, you heighten your vibration. But elevator, tested in
Yes. And the thing is, people need to know is you don't have to be highly intuitive to pick up on other people's energy levels.
Right.
You really don't. Everything is energy. We're all vibration. So that's why when some people you meet, you're just I just don't know about you. Or you know what I mean? Because it just doesn't feel right. And that's on an energetic level. That's what the energy, you're feeling the energy. So, don't worry about getting stuck in, I'm not intuitive. I'm not an empath or this or that or whatever. It doesn't matter. Your body will naturally feel that energy coming in. And as far as Tiffany, I just think people need to just be confident in that more, you know, like just be confident in the feelings that you get, because your body, on your soul level will always tell you if something feels right or not, you know?
Absolutely.
So, and as far as Tiffany said, you know, with the yellow, you know, like the nudges from my brother, you know, seeing the color yellow and stuff like that. They don't always come, like we say, like when we said like the pebble or like the whisper, it's not always a huge sign. It's not always a huge nudge at first. That's why it's very good to try to be aware of your surroundings and find like the little things that are popping up, like the little butterflies or angel numbers, or, you know, little like feelings that you get, you know, like the chills, like when I'm talking about something and I know that like I always get the chills all over my body. And that did not start happening until I opened myself up to that, you know, like, so I think just being aware of the little tiny things that are like, oh, okay, yeah, that's definitely a message. And don't overlook it, because then it's just going to come back stronger and stronger and stronger. And a lot of times when it's at that boulder phase or the brick phase, it doesn't come in a nice way.
No.
You know?
Because you aren't paying attention, so it's like, boom.
Yeah, exactly. Do you want to talk on Amy? Since Amy won, yay! The Boho Branding Business School Scholarship.
She's such a go-getter, Amy. You are such a sweetheart. So many pebbles. I was avoiding meditation. The one thing I knew will give me clarity, so I got to lean so close because I can hardly read clarity, and keep me in alignment, just coming back from 2 months of being in a funk, and I won the Boho Branding and Business School Scholarship. Hell to the yes, woman. So as you've already noticed, there's lots of meditation in there for you. Lots to come down the pipeline. But biggest thing is like, hey, if you're being called to sit, stop, drop, and do the meditation, like carve out 5 minutes. There's a reason why if you're constantly being drawn to, you know, yoga or meditation or tarot cards or oracle cards or crystals, don't resist that. Don't resist that feeling. Explore it. It's there because it is meant for you to explore that feeling. And so that's great, Amy, that, you know, you're obviously it was meant for you when I drew it out of the hat. So it's amazing.
Yes,
Heather,
I'm so excited.
Me too. Heather says yes, lots of exclamation points. So I thought I'd throw that up there. And Tiffany, yes, I've started allowing my confidence to shine through. Yes, you have. We've watched your beautiful transformation in the community. And I think a lot of people, especially for you ladies tuning in right now, if you guys have been watching Tiffany, let her know that she's been a big part in your lives, because I see you guys commenting on her posts, her transformations, her even vulnerability and showing up in what she's, you know, telling us in those days, and or just lately, I should say. There's been a lot of vulnerable, beautiful things that have been happening in the community. So give her lots of love today if you can.
Yes.
Amy has one here. I'm going to pop it up. Let me read it down here. I'm backing off from the health and wellness business. I've been trying so hard to make it work for the past year, and said yes to a soul retreat in California. Hello, amazing. In a couple weeks. It makes no sense to go. Big emotional obstacles were instantly put in my path, but my soul is supporting me. Love that. Awesome. I just know I'm meant to be there. Every day the pebbles make more sense. Hell yes. Girl.
And I love that. I love that you are, Amy, that you're following those small pebbles, because, you know, I will say I'm guilty. I did not always follow those small pebbles, even though I was getting the same messages over and over and over and over. Thank you, baby. Sorry.
I was like, something fell over.
That's my little boy. You know, over and over and over again, you know, and then it finally came to a point where things literally like erupted, like, because I wasn't listening. And now that I have been listening, you open that one, just creaking it open just a little bit, and next thing you know, it's wide open, and all of these things are happening in your life that you're just like, holy fuck. Like, I can't believe this is happening right now.
I know.
In like a great way.
Yeah.
And things can change so quickly when you listen to those little whispers and you stop letting fear dictate your every move. I think that's a lot of it, is people don't listen because of the fear. They're scared. They don't know what the message is. And I love this meme that came up. I don't know if you guys saw this, but Heather shared it when the girl was like, what's with all these angel numbers? Like, why can't you just Tell me the
Just
message.
tell me.
And
I don't have time to decode.
I know, exactly. And that's really what it feels like sometimes, you guys. It feels like you're like, okay, I'm getting this message, but what the hell? Like, what does this mean? Yeah. Like, why I don't have time to decode it. But just take that one step forward, you know, and the more you're continuing to step, the message will become clearer and clearer and clearer as you move forward on those nudges. Just have to trust, you know?
Absolutely.
Okay, thanks.
So Tiffany's talking here about favorite song popped up at work for the first time when I was talking about a situation I was going through. Love it. Mm-hmm. You're connected, girl.
Yep.
Here's some more connection. Amy says, so many angel numbers, 1111, 222, dragonflies, butterflies. Yes. If you guys are not reading Ask Your Guides, again, Ask Your Guides. You guys should all grab that book. Rosemary and I will say that's a huge transformational book.
It's a beautiful, I have it right here actually, because I was showing it on my other live. It's this one right here.
Yes.
It's
Go on Amazon.
It's really, it's really amazing. And it really teaches you how to connect with all your your whole guidance system. A lot of people think it's just like, oh, it's just my spirits, but there's like so much more than that. So that's a great book for that. Totally. And Brittany Carmichael actually told me about that book. Was the first person to tell me about it. And so it's been really awesome.
Yeah. And it's so good. Georgine says, pay attention, eyes wide open, and trust the feelings. Yes.
Yeah.
Woo. And slowing down. You know, I could add a little bit to that, just slowing down to listen. Heather, she's been amazing watching your heart and journey. Oh, that's for you, Tiff. Amazing watching your heart and journey unfold is magic.
Yeah.
Pure magic.
Absolutely magic.
We love you, Heather. Book Beer Friday is best for me. The spell of my childhood is people pleasing. I am journeying through that. How many of you feel like you're people pleasers? If you guys are watching right now, do you constantly go into that role of people pleasing and maybe not necessarily filling your cup? Let's hear it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Alice?
The feeling of like walking on eggshells, you know, when you're in certain situations because you don't want to piss somebody off. I basically lived my entire life like that up until like probably the last year. So once you've committed on yourself, look at how much has happened in a year, you know? Oh my God. Crazy.
We've got Alice. Do you want to take Allison's question?
Yeah. She says, I happen to look at the clock at 11:11, et cetera, often also. The other day I saw 3 X's in the clouds. I'm just beginning to learn. 3 X's. I don't know what that means, but I'm sure it means something.
We've had a lot of, who posted in our group yesterday about the triangles? Remember, like the two?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, and I thought it was interesting. Yeah, because I have that on that's what the 2 triangles.
It looks just like that.
Yeah, that's why I love that. I love that one because it means like, triangles in general are amazing because of the 3 sides and like in religious things, you know, it's like Holy Ghost, Spirit, or whatever it is. I don't know. But for us, it could be feminine, masculine. And I think I can't remember what it is. Like there's a whole bunch of different meanings depending on whatever. But when you put them together like that, it means like fire on fire or fire in fire. You know, like that fire, but which is why I loved it because I'm all about the fire.
Fire.
You know, fire. You can't tell. But so that's why I love that symbol because it's a big meaning for me. But triangles are a beautiful thing spiritually. If you see triangles.
Absolutely. Yeah.
They mean a lot of different things.
Mm-hmm. And if you guys have symbols, let us know too what symbols are coming up for you. Even if it's like, you know, a lot of the times you can see sort of symbols in your mind's eye, or it's the same sort of thing that's coming to you repeatedly every single week. Don't ignore it. It's a pebble, right? Just pay attention to it. I think a lot of us live on this very dense, how do I explain? I'm going to get a little woo-woo with you guys for a second here. But I think that we live in almost like this very 3D type we're hanging down here. It's very flat. It's very linear. That's why when we start to get into meditation, we can go up, 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 and we can start to see more and expand our consciousness.
And know that it's not linear.
And know that it's not linear. Yeah. So if a lot of you are waking up in the middle of the night, this happened to me for a long time, waking up in the middle of the night and feeling like, oh my gosh, what is going on? I feel like my brain is going a million miles an hour. And I like to think of this as like you're getting the download. You're getting that, if you've been spending a lot of time up here all day long and you're in this expanded consciousness, that at night you're getting the full download. You're getting the full like processing in our little human brains, of what's actually happened throughout that day so that you can expand even more. So if you're waking up in the middle of the night, don't fear it. Just be open to what the messages are, and keep a journal next to you and write down what's happening.
Yeah, I do that too. And I think it's amazing because it's really true. Like when you're sleeping, like you get so many messages, or you'll get woken up and you're just like, boom, like all of these things start happening. But I think it happens like that because ego doesn't have a chance to step in and overpower you with other whatever emotions or feelings or thinking or whatever. Because your ego is very human based. It's not like on a spiritual level, It's like, it's separate. So it's just really cool if you can, that's why meditation is so amazing, because you can do it while you're awake. And it's almost like you're going in that dreaming state, but, and then you're allowing ego to be let go, and then you can get the messages to come down. But just make sure that you keep grounded though, because if you're always living up here, then the lower half of yourself gets a little funky because you're not paying enough attention to that lower part. So keep yourself grounded, but still be able to be, open. I think that's really important.
And that's a really good segue, Rosemary, is, we, the three of us, Rosemary, myself, Sarah, we talk a lot about the chakras, and we talk about, we think about like what Rosemary was saying, if you're up here all day long, like Rosemary, you're very open, very spiritually open up above, right? And so if a lot of you, let's speak specifically to our in tune ladies and our empathic ladies, that if you're all up here, like Rosemary was saying, we can feel really disconnected. So think of like your root chakra. If there's a lot of stuff happening, we could talk about root chakra all day, but let's just say, right? But, that's really like your foundation piece. So if you're carrying a lot of trauma, childhood stuff still as a young adult or as the older adult, whatever, if you're holding a lot of that, you can't be fluid in what's even happening up here. So, we go really heavy in depth with this for 7 whole weeks. Over in our Divine She School. Maybe some of you guys have heard of it, maybe you guys haven't, but we go like deep on what's happening. We spend a whole week on root chakra, but anything else like
I would say too is like people don't realize like your heart chakra is the connection between your upper chakras and your lower chakras. And I like to I think I said this on my tarot reading, Tarot Tuesday, I was talking about this because somebody had the heart chakra card, and I told him it's like a funnel almost. So your heart chakra can be completely open and everything can be flowing between everything, up and down, whatever. But if you are disconnected between here and here, it affects your heart chakra, and it just keeps on getting slimmer and slimmer and slimmer. And before you know it, there's no connection between the two. So that's why people can be very spiritually connected, but they don't feel grounded, or they're having a really hard time coming out and stepping into that power and like outing themselves as an intuitive, or, being able to work on embracing their power because they know, okay, yeah, I'm really spiritual, but like their solar plexus is completely fucked, like,
so true.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So it's like, you have to find a really good balance between the two. You can't always be like living up and they're not grounded in reality.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like and then you're obviously is like connection to everything. It's our connection to Mother Earth. It's our security. It's our foundation. You know, I mean, it's everything. And so if you don't work on that root chakra, your whole, everything will be screwed up. And so I just think it's so important for people, you know, that to know, like, it's okay to be spiritual, but, and everything else at the same time. Like, you don't have to just be open all the time. Like, a lot, I know that, I don't know what I'm to have that connection so that everything can be open, like all of it, you know?
Yep.
And then you'll be really happy. And then things will start, you know, everything starts to flow. So
yes. Absolutely. You're breaking up just a tiny bit. I don't know why. When you get like super going, I think like the energy like goes wonky. I'm not gonna, I mean, seriously, when you go, all of a sudden it's like, whoop, whoop.
I know. Okay. Woo, lower it down.
I know. You got lots of energy. Like, I know. It goes through the airwaves or something. So what else do we want to talk about? I have our little notes here on this side. Let's wrap it up and talk about hitting the green light. So we've been saying, you know, pay attention to the nudges, you know, make that choice to sit in silence with the feelings that are coming up, the symbols that are coming up, go and research them, find out what it is. And, you know, you guys, here's the beautiful thing about women coming together online. We are all over the US, we are all over the world, and you are not alone. You are not alone in this journey of feeling these things, feeling the nudges that come up in your life, the pebbles, the holy shits. When you have these things come up, you have a full community that we vibe on this every single day. Yeah. And we love talking about it. We love going down the path with you. If you're like, you know, I got triangles showing up. Well, let's look into what triangles mean, because it's really exciting just to say, okay, there's a bigger picture here. There's a bigger thing at play than where we currently are, because I think a lot of times we get stuck in the everydays, doing the same thing, the repetitions, and we, you know, and we might be wanting to explore these other opportunities around us, but yet we stay stuck. So really what our community is all about is bringing women together to have more conversations like this, more spiritually awakened conversations. So if that speaks to you, we'll post a link for you guys below, and you can come over and chit chat with us. And like Rosemary was saying, she does Tarot Tuesday, which is really cool. Brand new. We just started this week. Woo!
So fun. It was so fun. I loved it. It was so fun.
And you can get individual, you know, if you're on the live cast with her on Tuesday, she'll pull a card for you. And then Sarah, beautiful Sarah, she is doing our Monday meditations. So we got a lot.
She's amazing.
Super amazing.
Really amazing.
So if you're like, you know, trying meditation for the first time, or you're having a hard time kind of settling into the practice, she's a really good calming voice. You know, she can really bring you down that path of just like solitude, you know, getting to that place of peace. So hitting the green light. Who's ready to hit the green light this week? For you guys that are tuning in, what are you ready to commit to this week? Whether it is, you know, we've talked about meditation, if it's a yoga practice, if your body's being called to those things. A couple of months ago, my call was to do vegan, and I've been doing vegan ever since. It's amazing. Feel absolutely great. Explore tarot cards. You know, we even talked about like business ventures too, that if you know, maybe there's like a network marketing opportunity, or there is a business opportunity that you've been like, should I not? You know, listen to those feelings, and are they aligned with what you want? And is there a little bit of that fire on the other end that, you know, in your heart, if I do this, I'm going to be lit up like freaking something else. So pay attention. And then, you know, Rosemary, let's talk a little bit about like digital courses, you know, like when you're out there looking for certain things, and this certain, like a digital course would speak to you. Let's talk about fear a little bit. And I know we've talked about this before, and you're really great at it. So
So that is really where my journey began, was with digital courses. And I think the biggest thing that held me back was I didn't either feel I was worthy to take it, or that I was going to get out of it of what I thought I was going to get out of it, or I was too afraid to invest in the money in myself. You know, I'm totally fine dropping a hundo at Target that, you know, for stuff. And I'm like, not a, you know, it's like, it was just
right.
This rationalism in our head is like, we just have to know that it's okay on our self-development. And I'm not saying this because I want you guys to like sign up for our courses or anything like that. There's thousands of beautiful freaking online courses out there. There's so many talented women right now in the, you know, spiritual entrepreneurship world. If you're looking for woo woo or whatever, that can really help you to step into that, that position, or, you know, that power, if that's what you're looking for. You know, if you want to learn about blogging, then take a blogging course. If you want to learn about, you know, more woo-woo things, you can take an astrology course, or, you know, I mean, there's just so many things you can do right now. And if there's something that you came across that you have, you know, put a little tab on your computer, now is the time, right? I mean, September 1st is a new month. Like, I loved how you're saying is, you know, it's like that crisp feeling in the air, like of new beginnings, you know, like I know spring is technically the new beginnings, but fall is such a beautiful time of, I think a lot of people kind of start coming into themselves again. You know, they're staying at home more. It's a great time to open that door up for yourself to take care of you. And what better way to do that than self-development and what you're doing, and just letting the fear subside, you know, and just knowing like, it's okay for me to invest in myself. Like, I'm worthy of that.
Right.
But
absolutely.
I just can't give enough emphasis on how much that can change your life, though, if you really put in the work. Because I've done it myself. I know Shauna has done it. Sarah has done it. I mean, and our lives have changed so quickly in such a very short amount of time because we just said yes to ourselves, you know, and we said, fuck the fear, which is what we do every Friday, which we should do every day. But I mean, you know, that's what it was. It was like, fuck it. I'm doing this. Like, I need to do it. And the nudges were there. So I followed them. And
the support is there. It's so funny because like the support, it's so hard to know that you're going to get the support, right? Which is like that huge, like, holy shit, you know, between the two of us, we probably spent hell over 10 grand on courses. But the thing is that you're investing in the people that have created something. Like, you know, I've taken the astrology course from the Astro Twins. Why wouldn't you want to know that? I mean, if you're being called and you're always gazing up at the stars and you're wondering like, what the hell is my birth chart all about? Take it, spend the $50 and go, you know, explore what that means and get a deeper understanding of who you are. So that's a really beautiful thing. If you guys have questions about like, hey, I'm really interested in this type of course, come and ask the community. You know, we've got a big wait list of people that are looking to come into Divine She School. There's a little over 900 people on the wait list right now. Yeah,
which huge, mind blowing,
like just freaking insane. It's just like we launched this last month. And so there's been so much interaction. But here's the underlying message I want you ladies to hear is that the ideas you have, the things that are nudging you, the things that are pulling you, on the other end is support. The reason why the nudge is there, the reason why the feeling of like, should I commit to this? Should I not? How do I feel? Ask yourself, is this right? And if your body's going, yes, please, yes, we need this, commit, because support is on the other end. If we, the three of us, would have sat back and said, gosh, you know, like, should we teach on chakras? Should we teach women how to feel empowered? Should we come in on Friday and say, fuck the fear, you know, fuck Fear Friday? Should we do that? And if we would sit there and wait on those things, nothing would have happened. We wouldn't have an email, you know, have all these people coming in and on the wait list. Like, so you will be supported on your journey, and know that. Can you hear me? Is it okay? Oh, did I lose you? Oh, well, I can't hear you either. I don't know if it's working. I can't hear anything. Okay, I'm gonna, nope. Did you unplug your headset? I don't know. You guys, we've been having problems with this all day. Give me a thumbs up if you guys can still hear me. Let me know. Or if you can hear Rosemary, let us know which one you can hear right now. we're gonna say goodbye. Okay, she's logging off. So I'm just gonna say goodbye to you guys, and she's coming back in.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Sorry,
Can't hear her
reason,
either.
I had an alarm to pick up my
and
I just moved it up, and then it was stop. I was like, what the hell?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Technology these days is ridiculous.
It's your energy.
I know. I don't know.
Well, we're just going to cap it off here.
Yeah.
We want to thank you guys for tuning in with us on Fuck Fear Friday. This is officially episode number 2. We will be back every Friday to give you guys more juicy wisdom, but we want to know, what do you want to know when it comes to saying fuck the fear? What does this look like in your life? What are you craving? What is the pep talk that you need from us on next Friday and the Fridays to come? We would love to hear what's happening in your individual world so that we can shine some light on these areas. If you would like to private message us, if the feeling is too strong where you don't want to post it out in the public, please know that we are available for your comments, your suggestions. Open up a messenger to both Rosemary and I, and we will take all of your guys' comments and we'll come in and riff on them on Friday, okay? So thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you would like to join a community where we talk about all of this good stuff, all this spiritual wisdom and woo-woo, be sure to follow the link below, and we'll give you guys a scoop on our community. And Rosemary, anything else from you?
No, I think that's it. We're just really thankful to have everybody listen to us. We're so excited to be able to drop our knowledge and, learn from you guys too. So, but anything that we can, like Shauna said, elaborate on for you, or any type of questions or something that you would want us to talk about more, please let us know.
Cool. All right, you guys. We'll see you next time. Peace out, baby.
All right.
Bye.